wanted to talk about this because I feel like if you pay attention to Cynthia G's content, that's the exact type of content that she brings forth. That's the kind of viewers that are going to watch. Now, you'll have black people who watch her channel who will have the mentality that basically they feel already like they are less than other races of women. But then you'll have other people of other races who will look and watch to feel better, you know? Because the way she acts, the way she talks about black women and black women's value, she completely tarnishes and devalues black women. That's why I never understand why she's considered black women empowerment. To me, it's like she's not black women empowerment. She's depowering black women's value and image by how she basically tries to focus on women of other races and basically tries to say and want black women and basically, she doesn't tell black women that they should go with other races and that maybe other races want them. No, she doesn't even talk about that. She just focuses on black men. She lives the life that she talks about. So she doesn't go to other races of men. She stays with black men who she says don't even value her or her image or black women like her. And they only basically value women of other races. So basically what she's saying is the men that she values don't value her. And she feels like she's stuck with men who don't see her of any value. But you have to see, if she thinks that she's not worthy enough of being with a man who actually values her, you see how she sees herself, And to me, it doesn't take rocket science to be able to see that that's how she views black women, that she views black women as less than Latinas and white women and Asian women and so forth. She views black women less than white people and people who are not black, basically. To me, I just don't understand why black women take it in without understanding what it says about you, without it understanding how people understand you see yourself through that same lens. That's why you're focused on it. That's why you won't focus on someone else who actually favors you, And I don't even think that all black men, hate black women, but I'm saying the narrative that she's putting out there is that black men don't like black women, and she hates black men because they don't value her properly the way she thinks they should. And instead, what she focuses on is how other races of women get a man who isn't all that good either. So instead of focusing on her value as a black woman, she focuses on the value of black men because I feel like she feels like that's already been condemned. The value of black women has been condemned in her mind, and it's on a lesser place. Now she's just trying to focus on dragging the black man down in hopes to basically bully him into being with her and somehow valuing her. If she can convince other races of women that he's nothing of anything special, so then black men can be stuck with black women. This is a terrible misery loves company situation, and it's really sad, honestly. But I don't think that mentality and the thing I was talking about with that fan was out of the norm for her message or her fans, basically, because Elizabeth Garden even talked about this, how this message isn't really a good message for young black women to tell young black women that, you are unwanted and undesired by men. And that, you know, basically to create a low self-esteem and low value in black women. Excuse me. So I don't get really why that would be shocking. Excuse me. I've seen plenty of other people who come from her channel who are really have disparaging thoughts of black women like that. Also, I've also seen other situations where with Cynthia G, you can see that for her, she has a perspective of trying to, I think, emulate other races of women more than black women. And I think she banks in on more of her racial ambiguity than anything to hopefully have some value to black men whom she has admitted to not loving themselves, not loving their image, not loving blackness. But she tries to appease them because she feels that's the only value she actually has. Now she wouldn't say that obviously on there, but you can see, piece everything together that you're talking about black men, like their preferences and things of that nature, and you focusing on how they got the same black man and everything, all while trying to look exactly like their preferences, And I mean, because she is a brown skinned woman, she has that versatility to do that. I don't hold that against her, but I do understand what she's actually trying to do. And, you have to see actions and words put together. Sometimes they align with each other. In this case, they definitely do. And it's not a shock to me. I mean, like, you could just tell that, that's a typical behavior for a lot of people who have that perspective as mammies, because a lot of mammies who, for example, cry about colorism agree with their dark-skinned male counterparts who are self-hating that they think that lighter is better, basically. And they think that if they were lighter, they wouldn't even be saying anything. In this case, Cynthia G is not dark-skinned, but we're basically talking about the same thing. Where if she was in the position of someone who was Hispanic or white or something, she wouldn't be saying a dang thing. But this is her perspective because she is black. And this is her negative perspective as a black woman. Just think if she was actually someone of another race. She would be the exact type that would basically be disparaging black women even more horrendously than she actually does now. So, I mean, I don't know. It's just like, it's thinly veiled, but you can see through how her mentality is and people in her sector are. They're not pro-black women, and they're not for black women's empowerment. They are just disgruntled with what they are, basically. And they have issues with black men because of the choices they've made. And they've come across men because they're toxic themselves, And this has nothing to do with race. It just has to do with the type of people you run into. And you see this on all sorts of different platforms, for that matter. So I'm going to be done. Thanks, and bye.